Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. With Summer League starting, it's a great time to see the young potential talent in the league, and Dominick Barlow for the San Antonio Spurs is one of those guys that can come up next and be highly impactful on an NBA floor. Per 36 numbers last year, he was a 9-9 guy, shot highly efficient, showed strokes of confidence with a jump shot, but overall solid outing as an undrafted rookie out of the Overtime Elite League. And in this video, we're going to dive into his game both from the season and from Summer League a little bit, just to see his development and what he can bring to an NBA floor. So to start things off, let's talk about the defensive end of the floor. The most unique part of his defensive game is being 6'10", 215, 220, and able to guard on the perimeter. In this first bunch of clips, we'll see him guarding his yard, playing outside of the paint, being highly active, sitting in a stance, sliding to stay in front, containing his yard, showing his switchability, and also just the variability that he can have at this end of the floor. Being able to go out on the perimeter, slide and guard some high-level offensive talents in the NBA. Some of these clips are against the likes of Karl Anthony Towns, and then you also saw him guarding Monte Morris, just guarding guys that have played in this league for a while, have solidified themselves, and he did a good job at getting out there on the perimeter, staying in front, doing his job at a high level, and just impacting the game on the perimeter. Next part of this, though, is that it comes down to him being a tremendous guy at doing the traditional things. You'll see in these clips, he's in drop coverage, he's the low man coming over, and just making the right plays as an interior defender. He has great length, he's a really good athlete, he has good bounce, good timing on shot blocks, does a good job at contesting without fouling, and I think that he has just an overall great feel of how to guard in this area of the floor, be a really good help side guy, be a guy that's able to play the drop in the pick and roll, be able to show and recover back to the paint and prevent easy shots down there. And just overall doing this at a high level could show that, hey, I could play in this league and I can be a guy that's successful as an individual defender within a variety of different systems, whether I'm in the drop, whether I'm showing and using my athleticism and length on the perimeter, or if I'm switching out and doing that. We mentioned it briefly, but he really is a good rim protector, shot blocker. He has great feel for how to contest shots at the rim, the timing, just putting himself in the right position also. And then his athleticism and length allow him to elevate up and meet the shot at the peak and make plays happen well above the rim, protecting the lane and just being a really good defender there. And then also he does a good job in post situations, staying solid, making it hard for the offense player to get a good seal, and just holding his ground in a way that's not fouling and just being an overall solid defender on the inside. And lastly, he's willing to go out and make plays, whether it means flying out to the perimeter and contesting, jumping a passing lane for a steal, just doing all the little things that add up to winning as a defender. Now to flip sides of the floor and talk about Dominick Barlow's offensive game. It all starts with his athletic ability and hands. In this first bunch of clips, you can see his quickness, you can see the way that he's able to get up above the rim, you can see the way that he is strong and able to finish through contact, you can see the multiple bounces he sometimes has to do on offensive rebound opportunities or lob passes. Just overall a great athlete with hands that are able to catch and finish with touch, be able to tip offensive rebounds into the hoop, and just have great hand skills and dexterity around the basket. Next, let's talk about his offensive rebounding. He does a great job on the offensive glass with an energy, activity standpoint, just always trying to put himself with the opportunity to go make a play on the glass at this end. But also when it comes to offensive rebounding, he has a great feel and understanding for where the openings are, where his teammates are shooting from, how the ball can come off the rim, and how he can go up there and go make a play on the boards when his teammates do miss. Just that overall feel, along with his hands, the athleticism, and just having an understanding for finding gaps and openings while the shot goes up is just great overall at being successful on the offensive boards. We gotta talk about his play around the basket. In terms of having post skills and finishing with his back to the basket, in terms of finding cracks and openings and catching and finishing those plays also, he's just an all-around good finisher in the paint. He shot 56.5% from 2 last season. I think that just being this efficient and consistent early in his career is bright spots moving forward. And lastly, he showed glimpses of a really smooth and fluid jump shot from mid-range. Now we're going to look at Barlow in his Summer League clips from his game against the Charlotte Hornets in Sacramento. You can see he still has that same finishing ability, athleticism. If anything, he looks even more bouncy, faster, and just overall a better athlete, still able to make these plays around the hoop, be an effective finisher. One thing he did show was a lot more comfortability with the ball in his hands in terms of putting it down, attacking, and playing off of DHOs. But the biggest jump he made was a comfort with shooting the mid-range shot. Great at being shot ready, getting his feet down, able to shoot it in a variety of situations, in a variety of spots. But being a mid-range specialist in terms of that jump shot is something that can go a long way when the season does start and he has to find a spot around Wembanyama, playing in the middle of the lane and also playing off the perimeter. Just getting that consistent flow and rhythm with his jumper is something that is bright for his future. And then defensively, he has been phenomenal in Summer League, just getting up, using that size, length, and athleticism to deflect passes, block shots, just be an impact player regardless of the situation of him switching out to the perimeter, playing the traditional big man role and protecting the rim. Just overall highly impactful defensive play from Dominick Barlow to start Summer League. The San Antonio Spurs are in a situation where youth is highly important. Victor Wembanyama is going to be the heart of what they do moving forward, and they already have a solidified young core there in San Antonio. But I think Dominick Barlow can easily fit in and just be a guy that can impact the game regardless if he's playing with another big or he's the lone big on the floor, just having variety and versatility at both ends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about Dominick Barlow and his game moving forward. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.